Radiant team ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back. Oh, let's hop into the game. You guys ready for this? It's game number 2. We're going to be taking a look at Team Liquid facing off against Cloud9. You know what else? Actually, we got to switch these around a little bit because it looks like, in fact, oh my god, it's all going downhill. It's all wrong. It's all okay, guys. Don't worry. They actually have switched up sides, so it's going to be Liquid this time taking on the Dire side. And we got Cloud9 playing on the Radiant. Mawpax, how are you doing, my man? Are you excited for this game number 2 here?
Hello? I am, as you suddenly reappeared.
That's true. I did suddenly appear. I snuck up on you right there. It was great.
Yeah, just very, very, very sneaky. So, again, ready? A Lone Druid not banned. So, we will see if they are willing to hand it on over to Team Liquid once more. Wouldn't be too surprised to see it get taken in the first phase, maybe this time if Liquid really want it, or they might just let it fly on by. We still have the Ember Spirit left in the pool here, too, which I know they picked up a couple times at WESG for Cloud9, but it didn't go all too well. For now, they just opened the super safe, super awesome Slardar pick.
I mean, it's great. Well, who would not want to pick Slardar in the first phase? I'm waiting to see more Underlord. I mean, he's getting banned out a lot, so it kind of makes sense that we're not seeing him all that much. But the hero, I can't tell if he's fun to watch or if he's not fun to watch, because you have those moments with Dark Rip where we're like, oh, is he going to make it out? Is it going to happen? And then it does. And then there's times where it's just like, oh, but they're going to be able to Dark Rift away, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. His general auras and stuff too he lends himself to games where it's like either the Underlord team completely stomps because they're just like too strong off the bat and he gets some items going and his aura makes them way too weak, or he has these weird like pit around the map kind of things. But either way, it's not here or there. He's gone. Get our Ember Spirit for Team Liquid. I was very excited for Liquid to come back because they were always kind of these Ember Spirit pickers. And the hero's super OP right now, plus Mind Control plays a mean Darkseer. So if he manages to slip through the second phase, we might see Liquid snag it up to get the Iron Shell plus Spirit Bomb that we saw earlier today.
Yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff there. Spirit Bomb sounds great. You love to see it. You know, we got this. Don't you laugh at me, I swear. It's fine. Lifestealer, still in the pool as well, if we want to see Cloud9 go for that. But they're just going to take the nice and easy Shadow Demon pick for themselves. They decided, and obviously, to stay away from the Luna this time. Do you still think that they go back for it, or is that maybe not really the way that they want to play it?
I think they'll consider it if it's left in, maybe 3-4, but I don't think they're banking on it because it would just be. They're certainly not picking Shadow Demon like with 100% certain. Like, we need Luna.
No.
Interesting to see Team Liquid take out the Darkseer. I'm kind of surprised Cloud9 didn't grab it, honestly. Like, they've definitely opened Darkseer Slardar in the past, even in just the Star Ladder qualifiers, and they're coming into this. I guess that was up against Luna, so they were pretty excited to, dump all over her. But yeah, we don't get our Slardar Darkseer duel off lane. Would have been a valuable hero for both teams, but Team Liquid just don't want to bother with him. Guess Mind Control doesn't feel like playing that guy today.
Yeah. I mean, could we also see them go back now for? I mean, I guess that we have another round of bans to take a look at as far as heroes they want to get out of the pool. Sniper is gone. Again, making a lot of sense there. I think that there's a chance Cloud9 would have just gone for it. It's not that Viper was necessarily a bad game, or was a bad game for Viper last time around for Baby Knight, but it was more just that, like, I don't know. I feel like if they could get the Sniper in the second round, they probably would have taken it.
Yep, I can agree with that. Good matchup against the Ember. Just kind of pelting him in mid.
Yeah.
So Liquid fully aware that is definitely a priority for Cloud9.
Reserve time.
And then the real question, I guess, is this going to be Hessa Joe on the Slardar? Shadow Demon does enable Slardar pretty nicely in the 4 role, so you could just have them roaming around with disruptions into crushes and try and get some ganks off that way. We still have the OD available too, so I'm guessing right now Cloud9 are setting for an OD mid. Then that does enable a Slardar support and then maybe a Legion commander in the off lane. The problem is they do have the Dazzle and now the Pudge too. So Legion was already pretty bad with Dazzle. Maybe it'll be an Axe instead.
Yeah, that seems like it could be pretty solid there. And I mean, you know, Pudge, Kuro's played this hero a ton. I imagine that it's him. I guess it could be GH as well, just depending upon how they want to run it. He was the one that was moving around a little bit more often in the last game. For Cloud9, I feel like they sort of need another hero with some solid lockdown. Like Slardar, you know, Shadow Demon is great, and you would have had a nice combo there with the Legion Commander, but maybe like something like the Rubik. I feel like it's a decent Rubik game.
Yeah, if they want to push the Slardar into an off lane and then just go for like double stacking of stuns and stuff like that, then I would be okay with that. Slardar, despite not having the best corrosive haze synergy with OD in terms of the damage, just the fact that it keeps vision of someone through trees and everything is also very handy for someone like OD that just relies on running you down. That, to me, that's the biggest question right here for Cloud9 is, do we want to run an OD draft right now? Do we feel comfortable? Like, are we just going to be T-balling heroes up for a Pudge Hook? Are they worried about that?
Ursa Warrior.
Ooh, well, and they take the Ursa for now, and I think this is that answer to the Ember Spirit in the mid lane, isn't it? I feel like we've seen it a couple of times at least, where you just send him mid and start beating away at the Ember in the early laning phase. Yeah,
that is certainly a possibility here.
I guess that they could also still be safe lane as well if they wanted to run that. And thinking a little bit more about like the OD, if they did want to go back for it still, you could just use the Astral sort of as a more saving mechanism than trying to be like very aggressive. But I guess it still sets up for a Pudge Hook in either case. But I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be too worried about that. Maybe they just go like super maneuverable heroes. They don't have many stuns right now to deal with the Ursa just running at them.
Yeah, I think right now more lockdown is definitely going to be key. Going to be interesting to see how they find that. I know they played Ursa mid during their last during these qualifiers. They had Mad standing in,
right?
And he was playing it. So I guess they're just going to hand over to Baby Knight, and we'll see what they give to Ace. Should be intriguing. Generally, you tend to struggle as an Ursa if you don't have too many people to stun for you. So it definitely lends credence to some other support like a Rubik or something, or perhaps one of those offlaners that can give him a hand like an Axe. Always going to be nice up against the Dazzle and just make sure that the slider is going to be enabled by the Shadow Demon. But the mystery of Liquid continues. I'm digging this Pudge pick. I think that hero is so strong.
Yeah. I think that the other thing that's great about him is, like, you know, first of all, you've got the great initiation that can come out, but it's also allows you to push so much more effectively than you would otherwise, because your opponents can't really step up to Pudge. You can't try and come and defend the tower because you're going to get hooked. And now pair that together with a Beastmaster, you actually have a good amount of push with this lineup if they wanted to just do another group up and take towers type of thing, or just objectives in general with that inner Beast Aura. They just need one more hero to sort of give them that last little bit, but Omni.
That's smart. So Ursa doesn't buy BKB. Well, he doesn't like to buy BKB, especially not early, right? And with Beastmaster Boars, he would have been kited so heavily without any way to deal with that poison. So having the Omni here is really going to help the Ursa. I think with the Beastmaster, it's too much to grab Luna at this point. It seems unlikely. They might set up for a Terror Blade.
Radiant team.
I'm thinking of like Omni plus TB kind of stuff for the safe line. I know they've done that before with Ace, but maybe against Ember Spirit, even new Ember, it's still not very fun. Beastmaster Hawk scouting you out could be more beneficial to go in towards a group play.
10 seconds remaining.
Interestingly enough, Liquid opt to ban out the OD, so they were still concerned about that being run in the mid lane. Do you think?
I think it's too good with the Slardar. I think that's why.
Okay.
Reserve time.
And with the Omni Knight too, like OD Omni, just such a that would be worth sending the OD to the mid lane and just letting Ursa safe lane, I think.
Well, we'll see what Cloud9 has up their sleeve. Last pick right now, and it is going to be the Terror Blade. So they take that away from what you thought might have been a Liquid pick. Do you think that's a denied pick?
No, I was saying for Cloud9.
Oh, you were saying for Cloud9.
I was right. Don't take away my win here,
You got it. Mr. Trent Pax is on the ball, everybody. Let none say otherwise.
He's a kind of a classic hero with like usually it's the Dazzle or the Omni Knight, and we have both of them in this game. But you just use it's like the same thing they did with Ace last time when they had Mad run the Ursa mid. They had the TB. In that game, they had a Darkseer though, so to me, it's gonna be interesting to see how much control they can have during these fights to allow Ursa to get on top of these heroes. Right now, they have Degen Aura and Crush.
Yeah,
that seems a bit worrisome.
Invoker.
Ooh. Guess who it is?
There it is. So send the Ember to the safe lane, which again is
Yeah.
another thing we've seen teams do, right?
Yeah, and I think that Invoker isn't a hero that we've seen as much as we did in the 6 point whatever patches, but he's still incredibly strong. And having Miracle on his first Invoker, I think of 7.0 as a whole, maybe it's just 7.01, but do you feel like this hero still has a place in competitive Dota? He's been around a good amount, and I guess it's just he changed up skill build a good bit.
Oh yeah, no, he's the hero. He's still okay.
Okay.
And I think one of the cool things about new Invoker too is the Quals Wex is now viable,
Right.
which wasn't really a thing before.
10 seconds remaining.
Well,
Everyone was all on that exort.
I've seen a
5
couple of
seconds
the Invokers going for a sort of Wexort-oriented build where they get like 2 to 3 points in Quas, just so you have like some amount of contain and slow and opening up your spells. Is that something that you would imagine this game goes for?
Well, I'm just gonna let Miracle figure it out. So
Okay.
far, he's already doing his Sunstrike.
Okay.
So we're exorting this game with a Beastmaster. It tends to be the way you go anyway. Just going for those roars into Sunstrikes, and with the range of Matumba Man too, they can just quickly burst down so many heroes.
Well, I am very excited to see how this ends up turning out. Hopefully, we'll actually get a game. Does look like there's a bit of a pause happening. It's all good though. They don't have the strategy time for Captain's Mode still. That's something that I thought that they were gonna implement, but well, it's fine.
yeah.
I'm sure.
I saw a couple of players asking for it too.
Yeah.
It's a bit too bad.
I love this. If you look in showcase mode for Invoker, he has his hands out. He's like so intense and he's perfectly still, except for his blinking eyes. It's like really weird. Oh, I love that. That's great.
Dude, he is really focusing on this Sunstrike. Like, this is gonna be the best damn Sunstrike you've ever seen.
Maybe
so
he's
much
just
time to wind it up.
If you look from a certain angle, he's just trying to hug the Ember Spirit. He's like, "Come back to me, please, Matumba."
Test. All right.
Yeah,
Good sign.
it's great. Sure, it'll be fine. Oh, and Mr. Pudge. Great set for him as well. As we get ready to get started, it is going to be GH playing the Pudge, so he'll be roaming around trying to make things happen for his team. And the TP out, fine and dandy. Mind Control is going to place down a couple of those wards.
Yeah, he was so fast. He just got wards TP gone. Didn't even bother buying the rest of his items yet.
Yeah.
So he goes
Ooh.
with the sneaky start.
Do you like,
like
this ward placement here?
Yeah, it's just you only do it when you're going for like the double block. So you just want to guarantee that one of these is going to be blocked out. Pretty unlikely they find both.
Yeah.
It's a very obnoxious ward too, because you're a support and you come and like you see that it's blocked or something, and you always assume it's up here,
Right.
up on the top of the camp. So
Mm-hmm.
quick
Oh.
smoke movement here from the Radiant though. Despite being a little bit late to leave their base, at least they're trying to find something sneaky.
Yeah, they're going to block off
30
that side camp as
seconds to
well,
that
which will
ball.
shut
They're
down
too
some
split
hugs.
coming up to the rune though. Like why is my Omni back here?
That is a little bit weird. And, well, Matumba realizes that there's some people coming his way and just walks away from them.
Yeah, guess doesn't really matter in the end.
It should signal to the rest of the side of Liquid to go steal their bounty rune. And this might... It's just going to be a 2-for-2 trade, I expect. Matumba does need to be a little bit careful. They have the catch here, but GH does also have a hook available. They're going to walk into it. Rod is there as well. A lot of damage being dealt out with that heal bomb and trying to run down Noya. They're going to be able to get the other bounty rune. So well, Liquid take 3 and Cloud9 push back.
Yeah, there's not too many heroes that can really stand up to something like a Slardar Ursa, but Pudge is always going to be very obnoxious. And GH trying to find anyone low coming to the shrine. And oh yeah, also will try to go for that bounty rune too.
Yeah.
But mid has taken it. And no wards sadly, so we can't get anything sneaky back here. And might just end up being a waste of a smoke. Not much you can do as a Pudge here with no hook. Not sure if this was actually intentional.
Oh, man. And now again, they've found the crush. Matumba. Oh, good chains. That kept him alive. A little bit of luck was definitely used there. The fact that it caught on to Noya.
Seriously.
That was crazy luck. There were 2 illusions, 2 heroes, and 2 creeps, and it managed to find Noya.
Oh, there you go. Dota 2.
That's got to be a little frustrating if you're Cloud9. And, well, Noya going to get blocked in by his own creep for a second there. Wants to chase Matumba Men around to break that clarity, and doesn't look like it's going to happen as of yet. He's almost back up to full HP. They do finally catch a crush, and that's about going to do it.
And GH is just mid. Low HP TB. Not really much he can do against the Pudge. He's just going to stand here. He's basically playing Ogre right now for GH.
Yeah, meanwhile, bottom lane, Hesijo tried to find the kill there onto Mind Control. Brings him down very low, but he's just going to Shrine back up. And now Omni Knight's kind of in an awkward spot with not a whole lot of mana left and not a whole lot of HP. Only a Stout Shield.
Yeah, this kind of harkens back to that question. What's the real safe lane these days?
Yeah.
You know, Mind Control, just great for him. He's in an excellent spot, and likewise top lane. Ooh, GH? Yeah, he was coming around for this boundary room, but they're already on it. GH not having the best time compared to last game, especially.
Yeah. Yeah, we compare how he ended up just being able to be such an effective part of it. Is going to go for a Illusion Rune, picks it up, going to chase Noya away, and we'll see if he can do anything else, but with just the boots on him, it's going to be a little bit tough. Still trading hits down here in the bottom lane. Hesijo not completely out of it at this point, but he's still able to sit around and soak up some experience, which is good for him.
Yeah, Mind Control not even bothering with the boar. He's just using axes to harass. Maybe worried about the purify damage is too much to deal with the creeps.
Yeah. Well, you can see that the wraparound is still going to happen. Rise is left alone and, well, goes for the disruption. Body blocks from the Pudge illusions. That's some good stuff right there. And barely able to get out. No hook still online, and there's the first blood in the mid lane. Miracle somehow able to take down Rise with the Sunstrike. All right, that's why. Ends up finding him in base with the TP out. All right, I just got juked so hard. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's not off that happens at 3 minutes. That's kind of one of those like mid-game things.
All right.
Miracle on point as always. They were probably calling for the Sunstrike top, and he just looked up, saw that it was going to be too late, so he just aimed home instead. So nice enough. Mind Control down bottom lane as well. The
going to get brought down, slowed up, and well, the right click does come through. Hesijo finds it. Nice stuff. Meanwhile,
Culling Blade was just coming off cooldown.
GH is also going to get gone upon by Noya over here to the side. Ursa up front and center, and nice little catch there. Matumba Man trying to man up against them, finds both with the chains, and Ace taking a good bit of this damage as well. They do find the kill on Matumba though, and Sunstrike again, not quite on the mark. A little bit off point there, and well, GH looking for the hook is not going to be able to find it, I don't believe. He can probably catch Rise, and this should be a kill, although they do have Noya here as well. Still the right clicks are coming in, the damage is there, and they get him. So a lot of battling going on all around the map.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate up there. I'm not sure if Kuro, maybe he was holding the level, seeing he was going to be able to get a second point in Shadow Wave and try and get the kill, and then couldn't get the Grave in time. But rough for Matumba Man, just going in there, expecting the backup, and losing a little bit of momentum on his hero. He's now 1,100 gold behind this Ursa. Although we haven't seen too much of the top lane because sometimes GH has been moving around, but
mid lane, Miracle gets gone upon. Nice hook out. GH going to keep him there. And left alive. Up in the top, meanwhile, they're going on to Ace, and he's going to be in some trouble as well. Matumba manning up against this Ursa could be a little bit of a problem, but they still find that kill. So dodging the gank mid, able to find a kill top. Liquid looking crisp right here.
yeah, they really needed that to slow down Ace 2 and just add a little bit more onto Matumba Man. He's in a bit of a rough spot, but he'll have his bottle soon.
Yeah. And you can see Baby Knight might be aware that Pudge is in the area. He's throwing out these illusion spams just to make sure that he does not end up getting caught out by this Pudge here. So, heads up play, but still Terrorblade is leading in terms of CS over the Invoker, ever so slightly.
Now we just kind of wait for what Mind Control wants to do. Ace has now made his way back down to the bottom lane. Some easier secured farm, but that's also going to go the other way too for Matumba Man. So his life will be pretty easy as they just hand some levels over to Noya. And we just look for probably a roar into hook. GH is a bit early though. Not quite 6 yet here on the Beastmaster, but there's no ward in the lane.
Yeah. This would be a pretty big play, and again, you've got also a juicy support in Rise that's in the area who might actually end up running into GH hook. Yeah, they don't want to go for it. Meanwhile, Matumba takes the rune. Noya gets caught by the chains. They're chasing out on the bottom lane away from mind control. They do still have a hook there, so if they wanted to, they could have gotten him away. Hook connects onto Ace. They're going to pull him back in. Want to try and bring him down. Still on level 6. As of yet, Sunstrike for the finish. And do a nice little walk away before it even lands.
Yeah, Ace getting pretty aggressive for still only being level 4. And Miracle just more gold going his way, man. 2 Sunstrikes already. That'll help him get in towards his Hand of Midas recipe.
And top lane, Matumba maybe overstepped his bounds a little bit too much now as Noya's in the area and they end up finding that kill. So Crush available, and it's been a very brawly back and forth match so far. Miracle, I feel like, has been picking up the slack by getting those couple of kills at various points, though.
Yeah, that is a nice rotation from Hestejo, though. As he comes up top, he's the highest level in the game, so it's good for him to be able to flex this, just getting all that space down bottom against the Beastmaster, and use that to pressure in onto that Ember Spirit, try and slow down that mid-game powerhouse that we all know he can be, and same thing right onto GH now, too.
This is great. The hook almost ends up killing off Noya, but the maxing out, Sunstrike, not going to be there.
Nice juke.
Good
Thinking
recognition.
of that one.
Yeah.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Put the fear of the sun in him. Yeah, the build of getting None and Repel this early on, do you kind of like this decision by Cloud9 for Hestejo to go for that?
Yeah, I don't think they have enough damage right away. Like, it seems you can understand how it'd be more beneficial to have the Purification compared to the new Repel. 4 seconds, big cooldown.
Yeah, totally.
Plus the degen aura, we know they're already lacking quite a bit in terms of the overall control. Now Noya in mid, but Matumba Man's in the back lines here.
Yeah.
Miracle and him might be able to turn something.
They're looking for it, absolutely. Remnant forward, Chains connects onto Baby Knight. He's got the Cold Snap on top of him. Sunstrike, he jukes into it. They end up finding that kill. They both got Corrosive Haze on top of them, but nobody there to finish it off, so a
Now
good
Haste is
rotation.
Pudge bottom.
Oh my god. Still only level 4, but there might be enough with another Sunstrike coming up soon. Sunstrike in
Roar
3.
too.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty good one right there. And Hook comes through. They don't even need the Sunstrike. Just a couple more pops in the face, and that should be the kill. Noya?
Fight mid lane. Jeez, action everywhere.
Yeah, this
That'll
is...
just be harass.
Well, no more stun wearing off. The Miracle build right now going for... Actually still sticking with the Quals Exort, at least to level 3, as Kuroki is going to get ran down in the top lane. They just keep on fighting with each other. Weave is used, and I guess that dissuades Hestejo from going any further.
Kuro in trouble. Has Grave. Has TP, but they should save their stuns. Actually, he's just dead.
Yeah. Sunstrike.
Oh my god.
9K plays. He's on it, always. You can't walk anywhere on this map without him seeing you and taking you down. And now, mid lane yet again. Baby Knight is here, and, well, Miracle has his eyes set on it. So does GH, though. A little bit off the mark there, but I don't think it's going to end up mattering a whole heck of a lot. Oh, good Sunder. All right, Matumba Man in a little bit of trouble maybe, but they have been able to get Rise for the save. Baby Knight very low, not dead as of yet. He does finally fall. Crush not going to connect onto Matumba. The rest of Liquid is here. They got the chains on Noya. He is going to go down yet again. Dominating streak for Miracle. At under 10 minutes, we got 16 kills, 10 of them going into Liquid's favor.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, and 4 of them into a Midas Invoker. Kind of a nice start when you have Midas and 1,000 gold at 10 minutes.
Ugh.
Relatively scary. Beastmaster's not even there. Still has Roar. And so they have to be wary about any sort of rotation through the jungle. In fact, it's going to be GH who's going to start one here.
Yeah.
You know, Miracle's just pelting away mid. You see on your ward that Ember's going top. Ursa feels like safe, or at least you should. And now he just sees heroes and he's like, well, great. What am I going to do now?
Oh, God. Yeah. And, I mean, you do have the... What is that going to end up being now? It's 5 points in Sunstrike, so 350 pure damage. With everything else they're throwing at him, as long as he doesn't enrage first, he can still be brought down, which is crazy.
Yeah, if he gets hooked into Sunstrike, he's just dead. Like,
Yeah.
pure damage is so good against something like TB.
Oh, and
Top lane, Noya will find Matumba, but it's mostly a scouting mission. Maybe even drop a ward here if he's feeling a little bit risque.
well, that might be him dead. Oh, chain's a little bit off the mark. Unfortunate.
dropping a ward either. Probably too worried about them just seeing that as a scout out and putting that sentry.
Oh, that's
Oh no.
That's Metamorphosis down. And
Rise also has to use the Demonic Purge just to walk away from Ember.
oh, Baby Knight. All right, Hestejo is there as well. That's a lot of damage onto GH, and well, he is going to be graved. Has 8 Swan charges as well if he wants to go for it, but yeah, there wasn't a chance.
Yeah, clever little play to use the weave to like reduce all the incoming right clicks and see if that'll let him get the rod off or something. But
Right.
not gonna happen there.
Well, you take a look at the sort of difference in terms of team net worth. It's still 2,000 into the favor of Liquid, with about 500 experience into the favor of Cloud9. So all is not lost, but it definitely feels like, particularly with the Midas Invoker going, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with here very soon.
Dire's middle tower is under
Ace is
attack.
doing pretty well though on the
Yeah.
Radiant side. Matumba has caught up. He was well behind the Ursa, but considering the pressure that's been thrown on Ace in this bottom lane, yes, he's been left alone by his team, so that he's at least getting all of the farm and experience down here. But there have been enough rotations down here that have made his life very difficult. Let's got coming the blink. So see if we can get this train rolling now for C9.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have a blink up pretty soon for the Slardar as well. Omni Knight actually has Repel now, as well as, you know, Guardian Angel up and online. They're getting the pieces that they need to be able to make this work. The problem is, and look at this, I mean, they're also going to TP out before the pressure comes from Liquid as everybody
Radiant's
rotates
bottom
down to the
tower
bottom
is
lane.
under
So
attack.
all in all, if they can avoid a couple fights, this is feeling like it's not without, you know, some form of good news for them. Although that being said, Noya, God, he's so close to his Blink Dagger. He cannot afford to go down right now. He has to get out of there.
With the TP from Ursa 2, they... Oh, nice. That was a good kill.
Yeah, Miracle goes
mid.
down.
Dire's
Meanwhile, in the
they
jungle,
saw the trajectory of the courier too and saw that blink coming, but yeah, Baby Knight. Dunzo.
well, I think that probably Cloud9 come out ahead in that exchange, being able to take down the Invoker for the Terrorblade. You can see a little bit more into their favor, and a good bit of damage as well done to the Tier 1, but Mind Control already has a Necro book up.
Yeah, I'm surprised Miracle got caught. Honestly, they saw Ursa TP out. They saw the courier move back in towards the mid lane, but I'm not sure if Miracle was just baiting, or maybe he just thought they wouldn't have detection and he could just get away with a quick ghost walk and really try and draw some pressure mid to open up that gank in the jungle. But either way, huge pickup for the Radiant, and that does give a little bit more breathing room for Noe and his Blink Dagger. And now they just want to go again, right? Omni Knight, no cooldowns. I mean, yeah, maybe he'll pop Guardian's Angel, but for the most part, it's just go, go, go,
Yeah.
heal, repel. Now
they-
a hasted bear.
They get the D ward as well. Now we'll see if
Dire's top
you know,
tower
GH is
under
here in the
attack.
jungle trying to find a pick off, and you can tell that their vision is just so ridiculous right now over the entire jungle of Cloud9. So they might realize that something could be coming as far as the smoke, but they actually haven't really grouped up and gone for it yet. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Noya scouting some high grounds here.
Well, Blink revealed.
Stun strike.
Oh no, that really hurts. Oh god, and no way to stop it. All right, they do catch him. Imprisonment is there. A lot of damage being dealt out. He is gone in an instant.
Tower is under attack.
But it was not the Blink reveal you wanted.
It's been fine. Kuro gone on, but yeah,
Radiant's
it's an
middle
Ursa. Who
tower
cares?
is under attack.
Just gonna grave TP away from there. Meanwhile, the meatball dropped in the mid lane as well. Cloud9 very grouped up right here. They would love to be able to finish off this tower. Maybe get something going for themselves.
Fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
Bottom
has
lane
fallen.
pressured in though while all this is happening. It does look like the TP is going to come to try and take care of this. Hestejo shows up. Noya is still there. They get the repel. Blink Dagger now off of cooldown, but they do not have enough catch to be able to deal with Matumbo Man.
Yeah, that was a nice play with Matumba. He just moved forward and made sure there was no blink from Noya. Just he saw the TP coming and figured that he was back there waiting.
Nice play. They jump forward. They did actually end up finding him. There's going to be the Sun Strike down as well. Hestejo low, not dead as of yet. He gets that purification off and now running down Mind Control. Nicely played. The Blink Dagger's coming into play now, and suddenly Cloud9 not looking so under the gun.
Yeah. Matumba did buy his boss before he went down, so they have that to look for Liquid, but Big bounty, 631 gold to Ursa. Humongous. They can start thinking towards Roche's Kuro again, doing his shenanigans. See you later.
That's his move. He just likes to do that. So, at this point, if you're Liquid, how are you feeling about the game? Do you still feel as comfortable as you were a couple of minutes ago? Or is it something where you need to start being a little bit worried?
I think he still feel fine. I mean, Ember hasn't even hit into his big scary time yet. He hasn't even been level 10 for that long. Hasn't really had a chance to show off any of his skills. He doesn't have that veil going. He just gets the ridiculous burst. In fact, he just got his boss going into the blink, so he'll actually just hold off on the veil for a while. Make sure he has that full mobility. They have so much damage that I think if they're ready for a fight, they'll be fine. Roar and Hawk.
Well, we'll see how it ends up going. Talents online, nothing really too out of the ordinary as far as what we'd be expecting to see from these guys. It does sort of feel like there's going to be that moment where a big team fight takes place, and it'd probably be around the Roche pit, but you know, with mind control, they're constantly able to keep his eyes on it with the Hawk. Doesn't feel like the sneaking factor is going to be there.
I'm surprised Hesajo has 60 gold a minute over 15% EXP gain. That's surprising to me. I wouldn't think it would be as valuable. But yeah, there was Rise.
That actually is going to end up being a kill still, but Ace finds the follow-up. You don't like the... Would you rather the 15 experience gain for him?
Yeah, it seems surprising to me that you would go for just 60 gold a minute. It's like one creep. But I guess he sees more value in that, so just interesting.
Kuro able to get the tower there in the mid lane. They don't end up being able to find him as he throws the weave down, so helping him out a little bit is, well, actually Liquid Miracle ends up taking down Ace, so...
Yeah, roar into everything.
Alright, there's a lot of battles going on all around the map right now, but Tumboman as well picks up the Arcane Rune bottled. And now with no Ace online, Liquid might feel a little bit emboldened to try and pressure this.
Yeah, so when we were in the draft, and they had the Ursa pick and then the Beastmaster pick, and then we just kind of talked about how in the previous iteration the C9 had gone for that Terrorblade, where they picked it up, but I think Liquid, not only because there was an Ursa, but perhaps knowing that they'd gone Terrorblade, and just in like the last time they ran the same sort of a strategy, it makes so much sense having the Beastmaster against the TB. Like, you often see that try and catch out in the jungle, and GH can't quite find the right hook in that situation down bottom, but... Yeah, these points where you know that Slardar and Ursa want to be around the map and ganking, and you know they want to control up Roche, so Beastmaster is fantastic against all of those. And going into this earlier Blink build, just Necro 1 Blink allows him to move around with Miracle and this insane Sunstrike to just pressure into the side of C9. So I am still favoring them, but I do like what C9 have been getting done.
Yeah, it's been pretty impressive, and I think it goes to show that they're still a team to be feared, definitely. And, you know, you take a look, it's about a 5,000 net worth lead and right about even in terms of experience. So Liquid gain a little bit more out of the map, but particularly once the team fights start really taking place, it feels like there's a lot of potential for Cloud9 to find, you know, if they find Invoker at the start of the fight, pick him off. I mean, that's a one team fight pretty much. And, well, it looks like they're going to be going for just that as they head over towards the shrine. This could be scary.
Yeah, now Miracle using that Agnes to farm that Blink so quickly. Kind of like a riskier build, but it worked out here.
Oh, Rise jumped upon Sunstrike. He's gone. That's not a great target to lose right off the bat. They hook back in. Ace turns to fight. Crush onto two. Pretty decent. They take down one. Maybe able to get another. And, well, immediately everything running at them. They have the repel there, and Ace is going to end up falling. 3 dead. They have buybacks if they want to use it. And, well, I don't know if they can afford to give up Roche like this.
Yeah, but you can't dump all your resources into, what, 2 buybacks and then try and run down this hill into Roche. There's just no way you win that fight.
This is tough. Well, Aegis now picked up. Miracle takes it. Now going back for Boots of Travel. Already has Blink and Ags. And this is one of those moments where... I mean, one team fight, and suddenly they're going to be ready to start, I mean, potentially even pushing high ground, honestly, if they win another one. Could be tough.
I think C9 were feeling a a very heavy pressure from Liquid. It felt like they had to try and take away this Roshan before they could get it, just because they have Beastmaster and Invoker. Like, you know they can destroy it just as fast as you, even though you have Ursa Slayer there. And there's also no life steal. It's kind of hard to squeeze it into these newer Ursa builds. No one's really sure, like with Helm being gone and Morbid Mask, just this like weird naked item. People don't want to buy Mask of Madness because of the silence. It's difficult to try and figure out where this hero fits in, and so I think it can be a little bit riskier going into Roche with 0 life steal as well. All you have is an Omni to like keep spamming you. Like they don't even have a Vlad's on the team.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Not working out in that case.
Oh, and now they're heading down here towards the bottom lane. They don't have Ember Spirit with them, Team Liquid, but of course you can be there just a couple of seconds. Oh, he finds the hook onto the Baby Knight, the real one. Oh, GH somehow through the fog takes it down. Nicely done.
Radiant's top tower is under
Got to get him
That
through all
hurts.
those illusions.
Yeah, you're like one kind of shining point, now top lane too.
Yeah, I mean, that at least helps a little bit. You take down the Ember Spirit. That's something that you needed. And, well, Mr. Joe realizes that people might be after him. He's going to get that nice little Force Staff away.
Man, that must have been a pretty fast crush. Nicely done to catch Baton Man like that.
Yeah. I think that he came in a second late. Like, the Ursa had already hit him by the time the crush was coming out. So maybe a second late there. He's looking somewhere else on the map or something. But he did get caught out. And, well, they managed to find the kill.
Yeah, now Ace will start heading in towards his Aghanim Scepter. Just like classic stuff on the Ursa.
Yeah. And Kuroki is very bold, just walking that far forward, and they do have a Sentry Ward. I guess that they just didn't spot him there through the trees. Pretty interesting. Now Miracle bottom lane. If you're Cloud9 at this point, do you need to try and like? I mean, when do you start defending these towers?
This.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they're
all.
just trying. They want someone to come back and try and get a pick this way, but as you can see from GH hooking a creep, they're fully aware as to what's happening, and he's out of there.
No.
Radiant's middle tower is
I
under
don't
attack.
think you can. Well, maybe you can defend if you're all there, but it has to be a situation where you're like fully ready for that fight, and they can't find one right now. So at least they get a tier 1, a little bit of gold going their way, try and stem the bleeding a bit. But
Radiant's middle tower has
Liquid are
fallen.
moving, trying to bring them all back, force TPs.
Yeah. This is pretty tough right now. You have GH there for the hook initiation, and now the tier 3 tower is almost gone already. It is gone. All right, this is tough. This is
Now,
gonna
all they
be
have is Blink Crush too. They don't have
Yeah.
a force staff to get out, so Noya has to be very cautious.
Well, they jump forward, start hitting on a Miracle. Not a bad start to it. Well, you do have the Crush that comes out. Oh, a little bit late there. It got his blink canceled, and oh, that really hurts. Now Ace also in the midst of the wall. They do get the imprisonment to keep him alive for the moment, and well, the Guardian Angel has already been popped as well. I don't know how exactly you try and stop this, but Tumbleman jumped upon as well. The Ursa finds the kill, so not a bad little combo there. Might be able to get a bit more. They have the Corrosive Haze down onto Kuro. He turns, throws that out, and he's going to be able to get the smoke to get Miracle away. Tornado, creating that space.
no
Jump
man.
forward. Oh, the Magic Man. Ain't no hocus pocus.
Oh, what a
Of
hook!
course, GH keeping his buddies alive. Oh, Noya trying to take him. Kuro is going to drop there. Miracle no longer able to save his buddy. But the defensive plays on both sides, just really good stuff coming out from Team Liquid. Cloud9, they find a couple, and they do hold their melee barracks. So all is not lost.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess Kuro must have canceled his TP, so that kind of sucks. But A-okay. Fine little engagement in the end for them. Great for C9. I mean,
Yeah.
fantastic. They get the kill. The force staff was there for Noya. The guy just either missed it or got couriered theirs, though. So that makes a big difference when you can actually maneuver yourselves. He was able to save someone from an initiation too. Then they were able to re-go back in. And Flameguard doesn't do anything against Purification. But Tumbleman really feeling that when he just gets jumped and the full damage flying right through.
Yeah. Trying to take out these Hawks as well. He might actually just run into Mind Control. Mind Control. Woo! It's one of those little clenching moments there. Don't want to get caught, Noya. Sunstrike would have been the death of him. Meanwhile, Baby Knight caught out, left alone. Well, they missed the Sunstrike. They do have enough damage. Imprisonment is there. He does have Sunder available, but not going to be in time. Now, good play right there. There's the blink away. Matumba Man is going to be fine. They lose the Pudge, but well worth it for the Terrorblade.
Close. So close. Well, I thought maybe he'd get a turnaround there. It's like every time that they get this one little win here for C9, there's just another one flies back the way Liquid. And they're now heading in towards that 10K lead.
They are going to run into one here. Kuro is going to get found. That's 2 heroes lifted up in a tornado, and well, there's the boulder. Good repel. That's keeping Ace alive for the moment. That is desperately needed. Hestijo trying to run away as well. They pop the mechanism, still chasing down Ace, and well, Crush now onto Matumba Man, but Ace does not want any part of it. Rise trying to run away is going to get ran down, blinked forward, and they do have another Sunstrike, not quite on the mark. Another Guardian Angel comes out as well as Repel, and that should keep Hestijo alive as the Crush goes onto Matumba Man and keeps them back for the moment. Another jump forward, Ice Wall down. Everybody's on top of him. A lot of damage being dealt. The Force Staff away. Noya trying to do whatever he possibly can. Meanwhile, Terrorblade TP's back into the fray. Does still have Sunder, but he's dropped very low. He is going to go down. Meanwhile, everybody on Liquid is still left alive. They threw everything at him. Oh, Hestijo pulled in and brought down. Noya, no way out of that one. Ace also going to be controlled. GH jumps forward. They've got the Rot. They got the Ice Wall. They got the game, I think. This is feeling really bad for Cloud9.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think Snowball out of control very early with all those Sunstrike kills coming out. And I did like the way GH, like, he kind of just calmly moved around at level 1 as that Pudge, just scouting things out and looking at those banning roots and everything, but the top lane was, like, just so easily recovered once he just came back up, so just that little bit of pressure mid, maybe giving a little bit of breathing room to Miracle, make sure he didn't have any trouble, helps allow some of those Sunstrikes to come out, so.
Wow.
Double racks. Tough times ahead here for old C9.
Definitely. That's one of those things where it's just like, and their heroes, like, they can sort of push waves. You can send a lot of Terrorblade illusions out, but they do not do well from behind by any means. So maybe if there was like a Sunder in the midst of that as Terrorblade was dropping low, there could have been a turnaround. But I mean, Miracle is 12-1-5 and currently level 22 on Invoker. This is, I'm not really sure what you do at this point.
Hope TP can do magic things. Try and bait him out with a smoke. This is a nice little attempt. If anything's gonna work, this is probably it. They still got about half duration left. See if Mind Control gets a bit too excited. But they I'm sure know. A scan will happen from the Radiant.
Yeah. Spot out where these people are. There's the tornado. They weren't able to quite catch the blink away. Nicely done by GH on the Pudge. Did not get chased down and killed off by that Ursa. I mean, is this...
Yeah, now what do you do is C9, you're like, okay, well, we're in the middle of the map, no one's smoked, and they're way stronger than us. Shit, guys. Are we in trouble?
I think they might be. I mean, you got Force Staffs and Blinks on their side as well. They are trying to sort of run them down slowly, and Ace has Repel on him.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane.
Right? He's just going for it. He doesn't
just
care.
Gets richer.
He's just going to keep it going.
Guys, just hold them there. I got my Shivas. I could really use an Octarine core here, so.
This is very brutal. Matumba Man, just with impunity, can go wherever he wants. And now time to go finish off Roshan. Guess what? Cloud9 can't do a whole heck of a lot about it. I mean, it's worth noting that, like, Miracle is almost 11,000 net worth ahead of the next highest person in the game. He's just so freaking farmed.
Yeah, he said virtually total free aim. His one depth came from a full rotation mid with the first blink on Ursa too. So.
Oh, the blink away by GH into the hook in, and now Mind Control is there to try to help out his buddy. Roche is down, and they're going to be able to pick it up. Miracle has it yet again. This is all setting up for a really nice combo. If they wanted to go for it, Mind Control very low as well. Noya takes the Bolt Blast right to his dome, and Ace also starting to drop double for Miracle. But Matumba Man able to make his escape. Miracle hiding in the Roche pit for the moment. Kuro is there as well. Matumba very low, but haven't decided to go for the complete and total kill. There's the cold snap now, and trying to stay alive. They have the repel onto Baby Knight. Tornado, follow up, not going to connect. He's taking a lot of damage here. The rest of his team is on the other side, and Sunstrike not quite able to hit on the mark as of yet.
Dude, Mind Control's been microing this Hawk this whole fight too, and finally it goes down. But it allowed him to like blink out a Roche, start that secondary engagement.
Oh, and he's just going for the base.
Yeah, I'm in your base.
Do they not have any way to deal with this? Yeah, I mean, that's Hestejo coming back, but he's just like, get out of my lane. We're going to do this now.
No dust or anything, so yeah, no worry here for Miracle.
Well, he used Ghostwalk up top, actually, so...
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
But then there is some slight worry, but he's fine.
Well, and we're sort of back to status quo again, except now Liquid have an Aegis.
GH is... like, it's like a dog chasing a car. Like, you need to hook someone here. Like, what's he going to do with it? Like,
Yeah.
hooks an Omni Knight. Like, what's going to happen? Oh, what a clown.
Man. Matumba Man dropped really low to that. He got 5 stacks of Fury Swipes up on him by Ace, but wasn't able to get the kill. That's one thing. You get an Abyssal Blade down on top of Miracle, and he is going to drop. Mid lane, they have found Hestejo. He is left completely alone. His team is not there. GH, what are you doing? You talk about...
I have no idea what he's doing. I don't know how much damage you think Sunstrike's going to do, man. I don't know if it's like 1,000. That was pretty ambitious.
I like your analogy of a dog chasing a car. That's great.
Well, that's essentially what just happened now.
Yeah. So level 25 for Invoker coming up. Do you go for the AoE Deafening Blast, or do you go for the Oh, Matumbo, run away. Do you like one over the other for Invoker?
Oh, I mean, the Deafening Blast is just—it's too dope, isn't it? Are we all on that?
I don't know. 15-second cooldown for Tornado is pretty neat too. I guess actually it would be less than that, because he has Octarine, so it would go down to, what is that? Like, am I doing math right? Would it go down to a 7-second cooldown for Tornado?
Oh, I guess I don't know how all the reductions and stuff work. So
because
it would just be naturally from the 15. It'd be like, yeah. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's pretty insane.
I guess maybe AoE's not that good unless you don't have a refresher, or unless you have the refresher rather.
Right.
I'm down for 7-second tornadoes.
Nice hook onto Hestejo. Oh, Mechanism, Yules, Sunstrike. Ends up finding somebody on the back lines. He picks up 2 with the tornado. They're in the middle of the ice wall. Oh, God. It's all gone wrong. Meteors falling from the sky. People dying. Game is kind of rough at this point. He went for the AoE Deafening Blast, so...
I think he's too flashy.
Yeah.
He needs it, you know?
Totally. The buybacks...
From a practical standpoint, it's also pretty good.
Are en masse. The Crush, Force Staff backing away. Pudge is still there to keep people alive if need be. He hooks out one illusion. There's the Deafening Blast onto everybody. Miracle is going to be controlled here for a moment, but to what end? Can they actually kill off this guy? Baby Knight wants to take him down. He pops his BKB. Sunder already used once, but Miracle able to walk away. While Matumba Man,
holding Aegis.
He's so strong right now, all of them. They can barely kill off the creeps at this stage. Kuroki's going to take the tower almost. It's a Miracle that gets in the end. Jumping Crush. Trying to find this. Sunstrike going to be a little bit off the mark. Deafening Blast as well. Baby Knight still hitting away. Hook onto the creep. Yet and still, they somehow hold. I mean, sort of. Their tier 4 towers are going down.
Wow, I didn't realize they didn't even kept the shrines. I guess they just cleaned up that, so.
Well, it's a 25,000 net worth lead, 20,000 experience. Just Trent Pax, how are we feeling about this one for Cloud9's sake?
It would take a classic Cloud9.
Yeah.
From both sides, really, to win this one, so.
Oh, WTF.
They have the hero for it, though, man. They have the TB, so.
Yeah.
It's like, but then again, the other team has the Ember. Okay, yeah, this actually works. So, miraculous throw by Liquid and miraculous comeback by C9. It can happen. It's in the Destiny cards here.
Yeah. Oh, Mind Control going down. That's not a bad way to start it. Quick jump in. They do have GH is going to pull in a creep and signals. Again, there's like nobody around him while this is happening. And
I think he just likes hooking people or something. I don't know.
They're flirting with danger. That is for damn certain. Noya pump faking his last hit. Yeah, they need to deal with these wards in their base as well, though. That's one problem.
Well, at least they're not in their base. Haha! Don't know where we are. We could be anywhere. GH is just hooking some creeps, getting some gold, kill the other shrine.
All right. We got the refresher. It's time.
Now we're talking. Man, how good is this item with backpacks now, too, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
So handy.
Oh, he finds the hook. Baby Knight going to be able to, well, chase this down for a moment. You have the rest of the heroes here as well. Miracle wants to go for a big play. You can tell. TP coming in now.
It's a pretty nice 9-second BKB force for your Invoker, so
yeah.
Good job, GH. Right hook this time.
You have Scotty on Terrorblade. He is pretty tanky and able to deal out a lot of damage. Metamorphosis is back up as well now. They're going to hook back in onto Noya. Ace is there as well, trying to bring him low. Force Staff keeping him alive. They have the Meatball already fallen once. They jump forward. Refresher, Meatball, Deafening Blast a second time. That's taking a lot of damage. Is going to drop to that one. Rise also going to be lifted up and brought down. Final kills come through. 4 dead, no buybacks. Ace is gone too. GG ends up getting called as Liquid, the clean 2-0 sweep, take down Cloud9.
It must feel pretty damn good to go full demo mode on Invoker after so many hours of doing that kind of crap in practice. So, well, we were thinking about Liquid. You know, what are they going to be when they show up? Old Liquid? Will it be some sort of a new Liquid? And it's looking like old Liquid.
Yeah,
Miracle. He did his thing again.
You love to see it. And Cloud9 isn't any pushover. This is a team that's taken down a lot of good squads. I don't know, where would you rank the performance of Liquid right now with some of these other teams that are in the qualifier? Again, I'll throw out a couple of names. We've got ourselves Team Secret, Ad Finum, Vega Squadron, Na'Vi, Alliance Horde, and of course Cloud9. Do you feel like they're sort of near the top of that bunch? Keep in mind that 2 are going to move on from the end of these qualifiers.
Yeah, I think they're definitely up in the top pack for sure. You know,
Okay.
probably them, VP, Ad Finum, and and Secret, I guess, right? So they'd be kind of the favorites, I suppose.
Yeah.
Should be exciting moving forward. And then that whole middle of the pack, I'm very excited to watch some of those teams like New Na'Vi.
Yeah.
And then I haven't got to watch much Vegas Squadron lately, but I really love their new lineup.
Yeah, it's looking like it could be a really exciting group of qualifiers. Of course, everybody keep in mind that this is going to be taking place until February 2nd. There are a ton of qualifier matches, starting for me, at least on the west coast of the United States at 7 in the morning, which I believe does translate over to 1600 CET for all you fine folks there, and then continuing on until 2030 CET, which means that, guess what? Turnpacks, we got another game coming up. You excited?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Cloud9 facing off against Horde. Horde did end up losing out to Alliance last time around, but this one might be a little bit closer. We'll see how it ends up working out.
Battle of the losers.
That's right, the lower brackets, I guess, even though it's a group stage. Yeah, so feel free to follow us if you guys feel so inclined at Lyrical Dota, at Trent Pax, and of course all the other accompanying social media areas. And most importantly, keep on following the Star Ladder iLeague Star Series Season 3. We've got American action that's coming up after this one. SEA was a little bit before. It's just nonstop Dota. Whatever you guys could have wanted with that. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a bit.
E-Gaming Bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2, make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO, guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.